Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video I will be showing you how you can create and sell an online course using System.io. If you do not yet have a System.io account, you can sign up using the top link in the description, and that will allow you to go through and create your free account, which is what we will be using in this video. Now, before we jump in, if you want to get access to my free System.io funnel pack that includes done for you funnel templates, email sequences, and a full beginner training, you can get access to this for completely free using the link in the description. Once we are inside of System.io, I am on a fresh new account right here. To go ahead and create a course, what we are going to do is go up to this navigation bar along the top and hover over the product section. Inside of products, we can see that we have courses right here. So we just want to click on courses. In this courses section, we can then go ahead and add a new course right here. And now we can create a name for this course. So in this example, I'm just going to call this YouTube Affiliate Marketing Mastery, just like that. And then right here, if you do have a custom domain that you would like to connect, it does make your course look a little bit more professional than the standard domain that they will give. You can select this right here, but you do need to connect this up. So if you would like to connect up a professional domain, I will leave a link in the description to this video that will show you how you can connect up a professional domain to your course. Then from here, we can choose a URL path. Now this is not super important. So in here, I usually just like to title this Start Now. And then we can go down and we can select the theme that we would like to use for this course. Now, as you can see, all of these themes look the exact same in terms of the layout. The only difference is going to be the background color. So I'm actually going to go for this orange theme. We can just select the theme that you would like and then click on save. And just like that, we now have the course created. So we can click into this course right here. And now we can go through and start building out the individual modules and lessons inside of this course. So let's add the first module right here. We can click in and I'm just going to say welcome to the course. That can be this module right here. So we have welcome to the course. And in here, we can now go through and add lectures to this. So in this section of the course, welcome to the course, let's add a lecture. And in here, we can now choose a name for this lecture. So for this first lecture, I will just say what you will learn in this course. Just like that. And then this delay right here is if you want to drip content. So let's say that you have a course that is like a 6-week intensive, then we would just set this delay to 0. Then the next module we create, we would set to 1 to give it a 1-day delay. Then the next one would be 2. And that way, when people join the course, they can see the first lesson and the rest will be locked. And then the next day, the next one will be unlocked and so on and so forth. However, I do not want to do that in this course. So let's just set this to 0. And then you can also choose if you want to enable comments on your course. So do you want your students to be able to comment underneath each of these lessons? I'm actually going to enable this. And then we can go down and select the template that we would like to use. Now, I always go for this one. This is by far the best. And we are going to be editing this, but this gives us the best layout. So we can then click on save. And just like that, this lesson is now added. So we can click in. And this is going to take us into that lesson page where we can now edit this. So we can just click in and there's a few different types of videos that we can upload over here on this left-hand side. So we can choose whether this is a direct link. So if I was going to go direct link, what I could do is I could upload my course to my YouTube channel and then list these all on YouTube as unlisted. And what that means is only people with the link can view that video. So my standard subscribers on YouTube wouldn't be able to see it, but people with the link in here would be. So that is direct link. We then have a custom embed, and this is where it gets into like technical code. So I don't recommend this. Or we can go upload file, and then you can just select the file straight from your computer. This is the one that I recommend. So if I wanted to add one of my own videos in here, I'm just going to grab one of my YouTube videos in this example. So let's upload this one right here. And as you can see, that video is now going to upload. This video is now uploaded, so I just make sure I select the right video, then click on insert. And just like that, this video is now added in. We also do have a few other settings on this left-hand side. So we can choose whether we want the video to autoplay as soon as somebody clicks in, whether we want controls on or off, So do we want people to be able to skip through the video and pause the video and adjust the speed? I would say yes. And then if we want to upload a thumbnail image to this video, then we can right here. Now, as this is a course, I wouldn't recommend going through and putting the time in to upload thumbnails. But if you do want to, we could just select a thumbnail right here. Let's just grab this one. We drop this in and insert, and now that thumbnail is added. But I'm just going to remove this. Then we have a few other options, like we can add a shadow to this. So if I go for like a hard shadow right here, you can see a shadow behind that image. And the rest of these settings, we can just leave as they are. Now we can go down, and as you can see, we have text underneath this. So it's up to you if you want to go in, and whether you want to edit this text right here, we can go through, and maybe you could put like key takeaways. We definitely don't want to make this long and drawn out, especially because we have a video right here. But what we can do is we could go in and maybe drop some like bullet points in. So we could say this, and then we could say this, and we could say this. So that is optional, but when I'm creating a course, I will always just go ahead and delete all of the content in here because I just want people to see a video. The rest of this is pretty much redundant. So we now just have the video, but what we also might want to do is just add some text here at the top. So we drop that just above the video, and in here we can say lesson 1, what you will learn in this course. Just like that, we now have this created. So we can go up and save changes and then back out. And we now have lesson 1 created. So we can continue to create lectures within this module. So we could go down, what you will learn in this course. We could add a lecture right here. And I could say, what is YouTube affiliate marketing? Then once again, we can choose if we want to add a delay here, if we want to enable comments. We choose the template that we want to use. And just like that, we can now go in, add the video, and edit this in the exact same way. So that is the first module. And then what we can do from here is add a second module. And we can say that this is module 1, the basics, and save. And then we would just go through, add lectures, add these all in, name the lecture, add as many lectures as we would like to each module. We can then create module 2, finding affiliate programs, and save. And that is going to be added in. And that's how you can go through and build out your course. Now, once your course is built out and you have all of the modules and all of the lessons within this, what we can then do is we can go up to settings right here. And we just have some backend settings that we can set up if you want to. So we can add like an instructor name. I could add my name right here. We can add a description of this course. We can go through and edit the domain. We can change the theme color. We can change the font of this. We can upload a logo. We can upload teachers' photos, a course cover, anything that you want to in here. And those are the backend settings. So we can just go through and set those up. And once you have done all of that, we now essentially have the course created. However, there is one more vital step that we need to do, and we need to create an order page where people can actually buy this course and you can earn money, and also a sales page for this. So to create both of these, we need to go up to funnels right here, go into the funnel section. Then we want to create a new funnel here at the top. And for this funnel, it says choose your funnel goal. We want to go set. Then for the name, we can just title this the same as the course. So I'm going to say YouTube Affiliate Marketing Mastery. We can then choose the currency. So I want to set this to US dollars, just like that. And then we can save. And just like that, this funnel is now created. So once again, we can click in and we can now go through and start building this out. So the first thing it's going to ask us to create right here is an order form. And this is where people can go in, they can enter in their information, and they can actually pay to get access to this course. I definitely recommend using one of these templates as it's going to make your life a lot easier. Now, don't really worry about what it says at the top. So this one says like book your package. We can go in and we can edit this. So just choose the template that you think looks the best. I'm going to go for this template right here, and we can click in and we can select this template. And now we want to go through and actually configure this. So we need to choose a name. So I'm going to say Affiliate Marketing Mastery Order Form. Then the URL path, we will go in and change this, and we will say this is order form. And down here we have affiliate commissions. So if you want to add affiliates to this and you want people to promote your course for you to potentially earn money, we can set the affiliate commissions. So I might say 20%, and this gets paid out every 30 days. We can then go through and choose if this is a digital or physical product. So of course this is a digital product, and then ignore this. This is just something I created earlier. You should see nothing here. We want to go to create digital product, and then the digital product name, we will just call this YouTube Affiliate Marketing Mastery. Then down here in the resources section, this is where we can actually link people to the course. So we go for resources, click on drop down, select a resource, we choose courses. Then it's going to say choose a course. So we choose the course that we just created. We can then choose the course access type. So whether people get full access, partial access, or drip content. We usually want to be giving people full access. And then if you want to set a grant access on a specific date, or if access is going to expire, you can set this right there. But for most courses, you won't be setting this. Next, we can go down and set a pricing plan. And in order to do this, we need to connect a payment gateway. So how are you actually going to get paid when people buy your course? So what we are going to do is click here to connect a payment gateway. And the two that I recommend to select, most of these are pretty irrelevant, is going to be Stripe and PayPal. So with Stripe, this is going to allow you to accept MasterCard, Visa card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, most of the payment providers. So we just go over here and click on connect. And if you don't yet have a Stripe account, you want to set up a Stripe account right here. So you just go through, follow these instructions, set up your Stripe account, and then you can link this up. And then PayPal is the exact same, where we can just go through and connect up our PayPal account. And once that is added, we can go down to price plans and we can choose how much we want to charge for this course. So we just go to price plans and click on this plus icon. And then as we do not already have a pricing plan, we want to create a new one. So we can choose a name for this pricing plan. We will just say full payment. So I'm going to create two. I'm going to create one for full payment. So we can enter that in there as well. And then statement descriptor. So essentially how this is going to show up on their bank statement. I always just add my company name in right here. And then for this first one, we will go for a one-time payment of $499. Then we can click on save. So we have that pricing plan in there. And I also want to add in a split pay. So this time I'm going to once again create a new pricing plan. Then we can say split pay, put that in there. And then GeForce North. This time we will go for a payment plan. And we will say that this is going to be $250 every 30 days. And there are going to be two of these payments. So $500 in total. We can then save this and save once again. And we now have the pricing plans in right there. If you do want to add coupons and add discounts, then you can add them in right here. So we can go in and create a new coupon. We can choose the coupon name, the coupon code, the discount that they get, and the discount amount. Once that is all set up, we then want to go back to the top and go into edit page right here. In here, we can now go through and edit what our customers will see when they go to this order form. So in here, I definitely want to change this text at the top, and I'm just going to say the name of this course, just like that. We can then enter like a bulleted list, so what you get with this. So how to find the best affiliate programs. We would then go down and edit the rest. You get the idea. And then for this information, we just choose what information we want to collect. But all of this is cool. I think for a course, I'm going to remove company name and tax number as well. And then for the customer type, we will also delete this. And perfect. We now have this set up. Our customers can choose between the full and the split payment. And then we can also maybe delete this as well right here. And now this is what our customers are going to see. So they enter in their information, they go through and pay. And when they pay, they will get access. So perfect. That is the order form right there. We also need to go through and set up a thank you page. So this is very easy and there's not really much that goes into this. I prefer to use this template right here. We can just click on select. We would just change this URL path to be a thank you page. And then maybe we would just go through and edit this text to make this more fitting to your program. Same here, we just change the text inside of this button. So we click and then we can edit this on the right hand side right here. We just change the button text and that is the thank you page. So very easy there. We don't really need to put much thought into that. However, the last thing that we need to create is the sales page and what we are going to be sending our customers to. So to create this sales page, we go to add step, and then we can choose a name for this. So I'm just going to call this sales page. And then for the type, we go down here and we want this to be a sales page. So we click on this and then save. And as you can see, this funnel step has now been added. But we want to show this at the top. So before the order form and before the thank you page, we drag this to the top. And then we can choose the template. So any of these templates look absolutely fantastic. I'm just going to go for this one in this example. Then URL path, we'll go sales page and edit the page. And then in here, just as we did before, we can go through and edit all of this. Now this page is actually pretty easy to edit. So as you can see, we have a lot of things on here. If there is anything that you want to delete, then we can just go to this section and we can just delete this section. So we can click on delete right here and delete this to remove this. If we want this section deleted, we can delete this. And then for the rest, we can just go through and edit. So maybe what I would want to do here is I would want to add like an explainer video or a demo to the course. So we could just delete this image right here and delete this. And then instead, I want to add a video from this left-hand side and drop this in. Once again, I click upload the video that I want to upload. So we go upload. Then I could create like an introduction and what you would get with this course. Add that in there, go through and edit this text right here. You get the idea. The most important thing on this page though is right here where it says I want it. These buttons are already going to take you to where they need to be. So let's just remove this one. We don't want this. And maybe extend this along. And then look at this. So this button is already going to take people to the next URL step. So when they go through and click I want it, it's then going to take them to the order form. So we would just go through, make any changes that we want to on this page and build this out. Then we click on save right here and exit. And just like that, we now have this all set up. So all we would do is we just grab this URL path right here. We can copy this, and this is the link that we want to be sharing. So if I go ahead and open this in a new tab, you can see this is the page right here. Of course, there's no video because I didn't add one, but people say I want it. They are then brought through to the order form. They enter their information, and then they will be given access to the course. So that is how you can create and sell an online course using System.io. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.